Good Friday afternoon after a month. Victor, how are you doing?
Still alive.
Still alive. This is literally the first time I think we've talked since a month ago.
Something like that. Yeah, I've been traveling a lot, and you've been traveling, and
Well, I traveled one
life
time.
is hard.
I traveled one time, and I traveled across town. So yeah, that was hard.
Hey, for you, that's a travel.
It is travel. It is. I left my driveway. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back. At least for this week. We'll probably be back next week too. Ingen, good to see you. Shift, a lovely urban beach in Berlin. I don't know Berlin. Is that a joke?
Yeah, I was at that, probably that beach, unless you have many beaches for KCD or those days in Berlin.
Okay.
A while ago.
Yep. You haven't missed anything. We've missed a few too.
We missed them as well, so.
Yeah, we're back. We're not back for the summer, but we're almost back. It's too hot in Europe. It's too hot everywhere right now, I think.
It's great. It's absolutely
Oh, that's right. You like that. I forgot about that.
I like that.
Yeah, not so much for me. Okay, I do have an AI tool, and I have a lot of news. Let's just get into it because I think what we're going to see in all of this is everything changed while we were gone for 4 weeks. By the way, so my sessions went okay here. I'm going to go back here. My sessions went okay. It was a very interesting conference, run completely by volunteers at a cool little hotel. They brought in food trucks, so you had to buy your own food. So not bad conference food, thankfully. But I had to pay.
Loved it.
Right?
I loved it.
That was great. Both days I went to the same truck. There was two days. You get in line waiting to order, and they give you a little ticket. Both days I was number 26. What does that mean? I don't know. My sessions went okay. It was funny. I did one on Olama, and I brought in my Mac Studio. The guy before me had brought in a cage that was the size of almost a refrigerator, of a custom build he did for somebody, like a college-sized, dorm-sized refrigerator. So if you think about the cube-sized refrigerators, it was two of them stacked. That's why he brought in to do his AI. And I went, yeah, I can't compare to that. Here's my Mac Studio.
Okay, man. Kind of, what's that then? Kind of like he's trying to compete with Azure and ChatGPT or what?
So the use case behind it was somebody had contracted him to build a custom AI engine. I'm going to call it AI engine, a custom AI for them for his kids, because he didn't want his kids leaving the house, but he wanted to have enough power to do real things. So that's what they did. Your volume's a little bit low. Somebody's Shift said that too. Can you turn your volume up a little bit?
If I find out how to do it. How about now?
That's much better.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know if we're matching, but hopefully we're close because I don't see levels.
Tell us in the comments.
Yep, please. Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to go through all the podcasts that we typically do, except I am going to call out the one that came out this week. We had Katarina on from Dynatrace. This was Katarina's very first podcast. And in my opinion, she phenomenal. So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to that. And if you ever want to be a guest on a podcast, learn from her. Because she did everything right. So again, you can go back and listen to. By the way, everything we're looking at today, all the links are already down below the video if you're on YouTube. Hi, by the way, X. We're also live on X today. Here was some news that I saw this morning that I didn't see coming. Heroku joins the CNCF as a platinum member. Did you have that on your bingo card this year?
So I'm completely not ignoring who is a member anymore, because everybody is a member.
But a platinum member?
More interesting kind of which projects are there, right?
Right. So anyway, I thought it was interesting, but if they went platinum, they had money. Because platinum isn't cheap.
Isn't that SAP now? Aren't they part of SAP, right?
No, Salesforce.
Salesforce, okay.
Salesforce bought them.
So yeah, we're going to see resurgence of Heroku. Heroku is coming back big time, or something like that, I suppose.
And it's all Kubernetes.
So That probably means that we're going to see Heroku on a keynote in Salt Lake City. That's what it means.
That would make sense. Okay. Again, this was not on my bingo card to see happen. A couple of interesting policy things. So I have two things, actually, to me, they're related. So this came out from the Google open source blog and was talking about using common expressions for portable policy and beyond. How many people have written Rego over the past 4 weeks? Not me. This is a much nicer way to do it, and it's using Cell. So it goes into Cell, which you're happy with Cell right now.
I like Cell, yes.
So it goes into
it's
Cell.
much better than butchering YAML, trying to make it have expressions.
Yeah. So it's the launch of Cell.dev marks a major milestone in the growth and stability of the language. So, okay.
Very good.
So it's Cell.dev. Now, on the other side of things is top 10 reasons why policy as code is essential for cloud native services. How long have we been saying this? By the way, what camera are you using today? Because it's tracking you.
It's phone.
Oh, it's your phone. Oh, okay.
Yeah, why is
Interesting.
it bad?
No, it's fine. It's just I see things move every once in a while. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think it's that...
it's eye tracking.
Yeah, the center stage. Let me see. Now, there is no moving now. Look at it.
Yeah,
There
that's
we
also
go.
really wide. You look
Well,
like Big Brother.
Choose.
You're fine.
Moving or wide?
Right. Comments. Tell us, moving or wide. Your choice. I don't really care. 10 reasons. And they go into 10 reasons. Automation and consistency. By the way, we're going to be doing a podcast about this. You didn't know this, Victor, but we're going to do a podcast about this and break this blog post down.
Good.
It's from Nomada.
Policies are kind of probably, if you would ask me what are the 5 must-have types of tools in Kubernetes, policies is there for sure.
Automation consistency, scalability, version control. Shouldn't that be number 1? And all the other things that you need. And of course, they get into Kyverno because it is Nomada. So it was interesting bringing this up again. When I was at the conference here in town, I was talking with a guy that worked at a power company, and he says, "Oh yeah, we're using OPA." And I was like, "How much Rego are you writing?" He's like, "As little as I have to." I went, "Are you all Kubernetes?" He says 99% of our stuff's Kubernetes. I went, "Why don't you just look at Kyverno?" He's like, "At Kai what?" I went, "Kyverno. That's what you need to do." And then we had somebody else that had never heard of either of them, and it's like, okay, we were trying to explain to them, okay, look, if you need to policy everything, OPA and Rego is your friend.
I had a similar conversation a few days ago where, conversation that starts, how do I review stuff? And I would continue into, why do you want to review stuff? Create policies. Oh, I cannot codify policies because they're too random. And then, it took us quite some time to come to the conclusion, it's probably not random. You just don't know what it is. But you don't wake up in the morning and say, today I feel wonderful, hence I will approve requests, right? That would be random.
That's correct. So anyway, good blog post. Nothing totally new, but again, from the creators of Kyverno. That's Nomada. HashiCorp released their State of the Cloud Strategy Survey 2024 today. I haven't looked at anything beyond the headline. So both you and Victor, I'm assuming you haven't seen this either.
No.
Okay. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but I at least want to see what it says. Cloud maturity is elusive but valuable. I needed a survey for that.
I don't even know what that means, that sentence, but okay.
It means getting to cloud maturity can be challenging, but once you get there, it's valuable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's the way I read it. Sorry to anybody at HashiCorp. That's if I'm butchering it.
That's kind of for every. You can say you can use that sentence for almost anything, right? Yep. Oh, good coding practices are elusive but valuable.
Okay, so here are the numbers to remember. This is what I want to look at. So cloud maturity, 8% of respondents qualify as highly cloud mature. Okay, whatever. 2x greater likelihood that high maturity organizations have standardized on platform teams.
Okay.
Okay. 80% of high maturity orgs are getting stronger security in the cloud. I sure hope so.
So basically, all those service boil down to the more mature you are, the better you are. Right? Is that the conclusion?
I guess.
And we define what mature means.
Let's look at the cloud today. 66 increased cloud infrastructure spending in the last year. I buy that. 91% are wasting money in the cloud. Only 91%?
Yeah, it's too low of a number.
64%
You
are...
know, that number is measured similar like uptime, right? How many nines do we have after the comma?
Right. Yeah, that's how you... So not only do you have uptime, but you also have cloud spend. Is how many nines of waste? Oh, yeah. 64% are experiencing a shortage of skilled staff. Now, wait, I thought AI was going to solve all the problems. Moving on.
You know, one curious thing is that hardly a day passes by without somebody saying how companies are wasting money in cloud, and that's true. Nobody says whether companies are wasting or not wasting money in not cloud, in on-prem. Did you ever hear of a survey that says you're wasting or not wasting? I mean, maybe you're doing it perfectly outside cloud.
I've never heard that kind of thing because
otherwise it's not comparison.
Yeah.
I would want to say, hey, you're overspending in cloud and underspending or overspending in on-prem, and then I can compare it, right?
Yeah. Either I lost you or you lost me for a second. It could have been me.
I lost. No, you're not on.
We're back now
on the screen. There you go.
You took me out.
I added
Okay.
you. Look at that.
No, I lost your audio for a second. But anyway, that's fine. Let me go back to this. Now we're out of order. Let me just change the order because it doesn't matter. Looking ahead, 45% of low maturity organizations are still waiting for their cloud strategy to pay off. Again, only 45%. 79% have or are planning multi-cloud deployments. Notice that number is right below the 91% are wasting money in the cloud.
Yeah, so that's one of those contradictory things, right? And I'm not now entering into debate which number is right or no, but it's very strange to say we are wasting money over there, and we are going to in one cloud, and then majority of us is going to go multi-cloud after we concluded that we are wasting money there. How does that make sense?
Exactly. And finally, 70% are using or are planning to use AI to support cloud infrastructure. So does that mean they're just using AI to generate pictures of their infrastructure? I don't know.
And I mean, how can 70% plan to use AI to support infrastructure if there are not yet tools that would allow that to happen? I mean, unless you know of tools that I don't know, Darin, but I haven't heard of reliable tools that really do something with infrastructure, AI-wise.
The only thing I can think would be for helping get to root cause. Because there are some tools out there that are helping that do have some AI.
Yeah, okay. So here are the logs. Dear ChatGPT, these are my logs. Tell me what the heck happened. Yes, but
right. Beyond that,
is that what we mean by?
I hope not. I mean, that may be what we mean, but I hope that's not what the answer is. Oh, okay. Anyway, platform teams, and then more things to come. So nothing real surprising to me here. Other than 91% is a really low number, wasting money. But anyway.
So here's a request to everybody doing surveys. I would like to see the questions. And try to deduce how biased or unbiased they are. Because like 70% supporting AI to manage infrastructure, if the question was, hey, are you planning to use AI? Or the question could be, hey, if I give you a AI that you never saw, would you use it? Kind of, it can go many different ways depending on the question.
That's true. We'll give again his due here. Pulumi released Pulumi Copilot 2 weeks ago, which, I meant to put that in and I forgot. AI-powered assistant that automates any infrastructure management task. Any infrastructure automated task? Any? Really?
You know,
Any?
so my take on the current state of AI is that I do accept that AI can help me write things, right? And as long as I know what I'm doing and I can review that stuff and correct errors, right? I don't see a world in which this year I would personally let AI, at the current state of AI, manage it directly, right? Yeah, write my Terraform, Pulumi, Crossplane, this or that manifest. I can live with that. That's fine, because I can review it, I can see where it messed up, and I can correct it. Managing directly infrastructure would mean that actually it's amazing, kind of, it's perfect, right? And I have a difficulty seeing it being in that state right now. In the future, maybe. Not right now.
Let's go back to here. This feels like every fill in the blank. Talking about wasting the cloud water positions on CSPM solutions, it feels a lot like, and this is where I'm saying it feels like we're visiting the same thing again. It feels a lot like the commercial solutions are just using the same eBPF open source.
Yeah. There are many projects, commercial, especially commercial, that are just wrapping existing projects. If I understood right the question or statement, yeah, I agree with that.
But how is that any
but
different?
It was always like that, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we've always done.
Yeah.
Except for a few outliers. But okay, anyway, we'll move on from this. I'm trying to stay happy at this point because I'm just trying to stay happy. An interesting thing, if you're Ingen, if you haven't seen this, you need to see it, especially. I'm not sure what everybody else does. DevTools marketing that works according to developers themselves. From our wise one, Kelsey Hightower. Developers, what marketing strategies work on you? The tech industry spends billions of marketing to you, and I'm curious if any of it is working. Are we more valuable, me and Victor right now on this Friday live stream, than you get from a lot of other marketing places, marketed from companies? We have to be careful here because we both work for companies. But
I mean, we might not be more valuable because we're talking
BS. We're talking BS. Yeah.
BS, exactly. But in general, yeah. I mean, I cannot read easily what's on the screen. But don't try to impress us. Try to help us. Exactly. Don't make it feel like the marketing. Let us get our hands dirty. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pretty much what what we've been trying, successfully or unsuccessfully, to do for a while, right? And I feel that works so much better. Kind of. All those marketing campaigns that just put ads into, I don't know, Google or whatever, Reddit, it sounds such a waste of money to me. I get constantly confused how companies are spending so much money on something that I believe doesn't work at all.
Yeah. So anyway, good post from everydeveloper.com. Artifact attestations are GA now in GitHub. What does this mean? Do you know?
What attestation mean? Or
well, you know what attestation means. So now it's just built into GitHub. So when you can actually sign everything during a GitHub action, and then you can verify these things within your Kubernetes cluster. It's using SigStore. So they actually have released a controller that you can install that will also go ahead and do all the validation of the attestation. So that too many times fast.
Every time I read announcement like that from GitHub, my brain is calculating how many startups are going under because business. Of it, right?
Sherlock is the phrasing there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I already have in my head 3 companies, the projects that I'm looking at, and I'm not kind of like.
Well, again, they are open in this. They're using SigStore to do it.
Exactly.
Right. Going back to our earlier conversation, they took something off the shelf and used it.
Exactly, and that's the problematic part, right? Because how can startups compete by doing the same? And that's the previous comment, right, from Shift, I believe, or whomever said it. that, hey, you're a startup, you wrap existing open source projects and you try to sell it, and it's great. And then GitHub does exactly the same, and what do? Close the doors. Come on, people. Come with some good ideas.
Yeah, it's like the initial AI things. But anyway, it's now GA. What's interesting, though, I will say, because I'm trying to figure out how to not get around it. I'm trying to figure out how to work with it, because you can verify just by using the GH tool. There's an attestation command that goes along with it. So I'm trying to, all curtains pulled open, it's like, okay, how can I, using Jenkins, sign my things, get it pushed up to GitHub? So how do I replace this action, doing it with Jenkins, and then in another job, when I'm using the deploy job, I'm using attestation to figure it out. Let's say I'm not using Kubernetes, right? Just I'm getting ready to lay down a war file or even a binary, which that was one of the things here at the top. Over the past 9 months, Trail of Bits has worked closely with GitHub to make Homebrew one of the earliest public adopters of artifact attestations. Think about it. How many times have we just said brew update and we were happy? Way too many times. And now I'm thinking, not just twice, but 3 and 4 times. It's like, do I really want to do this? Which is what we'll look at later today. Okay, so that's artifact attestations. Another Google thing, they started paying. Can you believe it? The open source peer bonus program.
Okay.
So what this means is
financing some open source projects or something like that.
Correct. So the program is designed to recognize open source contributors who have been nominated by Google employees for their exceptional contributions to open source projects. So it's not just people within Google. So there is a long list here. I would say go through and look at everything here. A bunch of people working on Go, Guac we've talked a little bit about, Kubernetes. Bless you. And a bunch of things. But I want to go back to a couple of names here that pop out at me. One is Ellie Huxtable, who's working on Atween, which you played with some. That was the command line history thing. Sylvain, I can't say his last name, Chaos Toolkit. We had Sylvain on the show many moons ago. And then I started looking at some of these, and I was like, what are these things? CLI Mate. Have you heard of CLI Mate?
No.
I'm going to open it here real quick because I was going through some of your things earlier. You can call it climate as well, but it's CLI Mate. Aims to make creating CLIs in Go easy and fun, similar to Python Fire, whatever it is. Built on top of Cobra, so it comes with batteries included.
So charm-like.
It's, well, beyond that, you define a struct, and then it generates the CLI for you.
Nice.
So, I mean, I know because I was looking at your YouTube, which we'll talk about it, your YouTube, whatever the second thing is. But anyway, Containerd. So go through and look at some of these. This is an interesting, I knew this was coming. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. But people getting paid directly from Google. Now, how much they got paid, we don't know. But be an active maintainer in something that Google uses, and there's a good chance you might see something. Or there is a non-zero chance, not necessarily a good chance, but a non-zero chance.
Yeah. I go, that's not very different from before. Google is known to actually hire people from open source heavily.
It received 159 nominations, 130 winners, spanning 78 projects. It's amazing. Very cool. Okay, let's get into some interesting apps that I found. OpenRecall. We heard about Recall from Microsoft and how that went so well.
It's not that one, I hope.
No, it's actually better. It's fully open source, and it runs on Mac, Windows, and Linux. And it never leaves your machine.
Same idea, right?
Same idea, yeah. And it's been out for quite a while. So take a look at it, see what you think. There's okay, so think about it for a minute. How is this different than Time Machine? Other than screenshotting your screen every
in Time Machine you cannot ask, hey, which porn sites was I watching last week?
Right. The answer should be 0, by the way.
I don't have the answer to that, but to me kind of screenshots don't sound like a good idea themselves, right?
I don't disagree. But at least here, there's an open source
Probably
flavor.
it's easier, right, than tracking what you really do. But,
Anyway, it's open source. AGPL, so you can't build a company on it, but hey, at least you can use it and know what's happening. That's the key part. You know what's happening.
To be honest, I'm constantly fighting with my Mac's disk space. I never have enough, and I always regret not buying a bigger one. But then I look at the price and say I don't regret it, and then it goes in circle. So I'm not sure that I want to bomb it with screenshots every second or minute or whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I know.
sound right to me.
Especially with going to SSDs, because you only get so many chances of flipping those bits on and off.
Yeah.
Now, if I could send it across to a NAS or just even an attached USB drive, even if it's slow, who cares?
But the part that confuses me is that companies have been tracking and knowing what we do for a long time without making screenshots, right? Cookies or whatever the technology people use, right? Kind of Facebook knows and Google know what you're doing, right? So to me, and knows what we're doing without screenshots. So a screenshot sounds like going back in a way, not forward.
I had am I going to tell the story? No, I'm not going to tell the story. Anyway, I had an interesting conversation this week. I'll just leave it at that. So anyway, OpenRecall. It's what it is. I'm an accounting nerd. I love accounting. I've always loved accounting. I did accounting on the green bar pages. It's something I love. And I don't know why I never heard of this before. Puffin, it's a terminal dashboard in front of hledger. Now, Puffin is like, okay, whatever. By the way, there's going to be a lot of references to charm today throughout the rest of the show. But this is built with hledger. I went, what in the heck is hledger? And again, this isn't something that most everybody's going to use. But again, I love accounting. It's plain text accounting software. I still use Quicken and I still use QuickBooks.
Okay.
I am thinking of now my accountant will not like this very much. But I don't have enough transactions to make a difference, so I might run books in parallel and see how easy this is. Because now I can plain text, that means I can put it in Git. I can manage. There's a lot of things I like about this. But anyway.
But plain text still includes some kind of upload of images or no? Because you need to receipts. I'm
for
not doing
attaching
accounting,
receipts?
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they allow for that here. But I don't think so. And they probably don't. There's a handful of UIs you can use.
Because when RSA comes and is for you, right, they're going to ask for receipts.
Well, I have receipts. I have them filed, but they just won't be attached to my software. But anyway.
So you kind of open a shoebox and kind of like and then try to match it.
Well, it's envelopes. Things go in envelopes per month, and I can do that. But anyway, I thought this was cool though. To have not heard of this ever, I was like, oh, plain text accounting. This is great, especially if you love, like me, double entry accounting. It's one of the greatest things ever created. I'm weird that way. I don't know why I enjoy
don't even
accounting so
understand
much.
what you're talking about.
That's fine. We'll move on. Pulse, like a fitness tracker for your coding sessions. Now, this one I'm still scratching my head on because it seems to only work in NeoVim, which I don't use NeoVim, but it tracks what you're doing and keeps just like it says, it keeps track of what you're doing. Not recall level tracking, but it looks nice. That's the reason why I brought it up. It's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. See what I did. Literally what I did.
I'm pretty sure that if I would use that, I would get depressed and hate myself.
Get ready for what we're going to be showing in a few minutes. Okay, that's Pulse. Deploy Go to Google Cloud Run. Ingen, you should like this and you should reach out to this guy because I think he might need a little bit of help. So it's scripts that will deploy your Dockerized Golang application to Google Cloud Run instantaneously with a single command.
Nice.
But it's all Pulumi based. That's the reason why I called out Ingen specifically. Nice. So it does everything for you that you need. It installs all the tooling, gcloud, expect, Docker, JQ, Pulumi, Golang. It does everything for you. You just bring your app, and then it goes off and does everything else.
Very cool.
So, and that's really fresh, like 4 days old fresh. Donkey. You remember Whitney, when we had her on, she was talking about Anki, A-N-K-I, about how she learns things with flip cards or flashcards.
Is that the one?
This is one, but it's for terminal. So the one she was talking about is A-N-K-I, which I installed and was like, I'm still scratching my head. And now I look at this, it's like, oh, this is easy. It's front and back, and it's just a little memorization app. Now,
Nice.
unfortunately, it's go install, but okay, it's fine, whatever. But you can add, list, delete. It's lightweight. Again, this is based on bubble tea. Charm all the way this week.
Go might be the easiest language to convert into binary. They're kind of like, there is no excuse for go install.
I know. I get it. Okay, so that was Donkey. Sorry, I was double checking a few things here. Long list today. QQ. I hesitated to put this in, but I figured, why not? It's a JQ inspired interopt. It's called QQ. So you can transcode different file formats. So you can move extensions from one extension type to another, like change JSON to YAML, do whatever. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
YQ works with both JSON and YAML and can transform to each other.
Right.
I guess this one probably gives more formats.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's new as well. It's only like 8 days old. Okay, so here, you might like this. This is a
Caesar.
Go web framework. Caesar. Have you heard of Caesar?
Not that one. I heard of the other one.
Okay.
The one that crossed Rubicon.
Okay. So this is like Laravel, Django, all the other frameworks, but it's for Go. So here's what it looks like. You have an app directory, controllers, all your controllers go into place, listeners, middleware, models, whatever. It feels very Spring Framework to me.
Yeah.
But, it's fine. But for people that want to write Go, having a framework helps, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's a quick start, you mean, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, there is a quick start with it that you can do, but yes. Because routing, controllers, views, dependency injection.
Yeah, sorry,
all the
when I
normal
said
stuff.
quick start, I meant like
Scaffolding,
tool, right?
Yeah. Which I don't see a whole lot of those for Go, or I haven't seen a lot of those for Go.
Yeah.
Okay, last one, SonicRadio. I almost did a demo on this today, and I decided against it because I didn't want to get our stream taken down. Because you can listen to a number of radio stations. So you have to have Go install because you have to do a Go install again. You need MPV, which is a media player. It's just a command line media player. I use it all the time. You run it, and then you can search for radio stations, and you can select them and listen to them. And again, it was built with bubble tea.
I did not even know. Are there still radio stations?
There are radio stations. In fact, this was interesting to me. I'll go ahead and pull this up. The radio browser API. It gets better.
Just out of curiosity, are we talking about that application? Are we talking about FM, AM, or whatever is radio station, or that now goes over internet?
That goes across the internet, correct.
Okay.
So if we take a look at this, there is that's the API documentation. I'm going to follow the stream. Where is it? I want to listen to radio. Well, where was it? So there's actually 48,900 stations in this thing. Where am I at? GeoMap. That's what I was looking for. GeoMap. So there's all the stations. So let's go to Spain.
Wait. What's the middle of the ocean? Okay, some islands. Okay, cool.
Islands, yeah. So then let's just pick, I don't know where anything is. Let's scroll this in here. Let's see. So there's verified and not verified. That's in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm going to uncheck the not verified. I just want to see verifieds.
Yes.
And okay, there's
Spain is
all those went away. So let's just turn that
no
back
man's
on.
land.
Okay. So here's one that's whatever that is. Now in my ears, that's playing and that is horribly loud. Sorry, I won't click that again. But like this little island, what was this island off from?
Is it Mallorca? I think. Or
I don't know if that's Mallorca or not.
Confusing the two.
Elvisa?
Okay, I did not even know
I don't know.
there is such an island.
Anyway, so when you look at this worldwide, there's just a lot of radio stations. So you can listen to them through a little TUI powered by Bubble Tea.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, you had 4 videos. We'll just jump through these. Make Justfile, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, or Taskfile. I still fall on Task most of the time. That's where I'm at today. I'm happy with Just,
I'm
too.
undecided.
That's what I'm saying. Just and Make are so close. So close.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. I mean, it's almost as if whichever one came first and the other one says, I'm going to do exactly the same, but with a slightly different syntax.
Yeah. What we both can agree on is that neither of us want to do Makefile.
No Makefile. No.
We're done with that.
No, please don't.
WebAssembly, again, I'm just going to jump through these. Pane of glass for everything with SteamPipe, which we've talked about SteamPipe a few times.
Yeah.
And with Port. We had them on the podcast a few weeks ago. So,
yeah.
Mastering developable portals. It's all about portals.
Yeah. Unlike the other 3, this one is one of those that I work in parallel, kind of, I have a video that takes me like a couple of months or something like that eventually becomes a reality, and that's one of those.
Okay, two quick AI tools, and then we'll get into the actual demo. This one's called AI Copy Paste. Notice it's hosted on GitLab, so this is our first GitLab open source project that I can remember. We've probably seen a few, but it's been a long time. Anyway, AI Copy Paste. Command line tool that makes it easy to copy files from your code base to your clipboard in a suitable format for pasting into chats with LLMs. So this picture is sort of hard to see, but you can... Okay, we'll wait for it to render again here. Okay.
I still don't get it.
So you can select what files you want to go ahead and copy and paste. So you got 5 files from your repository you want to copy and paste up into ChatGPT to analyze.
Okay.
Here what it does is it gets them into the right format for your copy-paste bin to paste it over into the thing. That's what it does.
Yeah.
I was going to do something bigger, but it's like, I don't really understand and there's a quick 1 minute 30, I think it's 1:30, 1 minute 30 second overview, which I still had to scratch my head on. But he did provide a brew tab, which was nice. Very nice. Okay. So now here is the code we're going to be looking at today. CLI. I don't know if it's Clay, whatever. I'm calling
Clay,
it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, integrates AI models of multiple vendors with the terminal. You can generate images, text, summarize content, and chat while using native terminal functionality. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Which isn't much different than what we saw with Fabric. But Fabric is very custom built to do a thing. Which, by the way, I'm using Fabric every week for certain
Fabric
things.
is absolutely amazing. I have a feeling that actually, I haven't tried it, but I have a feeling if I would copy and paste Fabric prompt directly to ChatGPT, I would probably get the same. But nevertheless, it's amazing.
So this is you need Go installed. You need 3 keys. You don't need all 3 keys, but for our example today, we're only going to use OpenAI. I didn't set up Anthropic and Mistral yet, but it'll take you between the 3, and then optionally you can put in Glow to format the output of the Markdown that it puts back to you, which we'll see in a minute. Now, unfortunately, to install, you still have to do
Glow, I'm guessing, right?
Charm Glow. Yeah.
Charm
Glow. Again, Charm shows up again today, just pretty much everywhere today. So you have to do a Go install to install it. Okay, whatever. Or you can use the shell script. Never. No, thank you. I'll go ahead and build it. And look at the help. So here's what I did. Again, everything's already linked up. I took a page out of Victor's book and I created a repository that has DevBox in it.
That's how it should be done.
And then it's got Go, Glow, and Teller because we needed the keys. Now for my init hook, I went ahead and put the Go, because I had to figure out where it was when it did the install. So it put it in the bin. I'm evaling teller, which this is the old teller. It's 156, not 207. I don't know why you told me to stay with the old. Is it the 2
Because
is
the new
not?
one, version 2 changed the format.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That makes
it's not.
sense.
You should use 2. It's just that I haven't
Switched over yet. Yeah.
switched over yet.
Okay. So then I hook, so set up my path, I do the eval, and then I go ahead and do the install. So that's the nice thing about this is every time I start up the shell, I'm going to get the fresh version, in theory, of the binary, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is, again, this is me trying to talk like I know anything about Go and how it works. I also set up a separate script, or set up a script to verify the tools, just to have it, just in case.
Nice.
And then teller, what I did is I just use a .env file for now. I was going to use 1Password because that's what I normally use. But I just stuck with a .env file. And if you want to fork this and play with it yourself, then you can set up your own teller YAML file and put your keys how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's basically
with
all my...
.env, you wouldn't need teller, right?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I figured why not? So...
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so let me click out of this. Where is my screen? There it is. So let me go ahead and stop sharing here. Do you have a meeting at the top of the hour?
Probably not. No, I don't think so.
Not today? Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't need to get out earlier. Okay, so entire screen. And I'll go here. Okay. And now we'll go back to the screen. Come on. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize... Do I want to minimize this? No, I'm going to go back to here for right now because I haven't done a whole lot here yet. Because here's the reason why I was asking about... No, I don't want to go there. I want to go to your... Because I want to ask you a question because other people might have the same question I did.
Okay.
So if I go to... When I looked at YouTube automation...
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you've got things happening here that I don't need. So your teller made sense to me because you were just using Google Secret Manager. That was simple.
Yep.
And then your DevBox JSON made sense because, okay, again, I ripped that off as much as I could. And then my question here is, I noticed within, patterns. Did you add this recently? Because I noticed... This looks very Fabric-like. That's the reason why I'm...
No, that is Fabric.
you embedded Fabric in there.
Yeah, that's temporary in there. It will go somewhere else, and you will see a video where somewhere else is in a
Later.
couple of weeks.
Okay, fine. All right. I just wanted to ask a couple
But yeah,
questions.
that's Fabric. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So your own prompt for Fabric.
If you check in patterns, those that have dot in the name, those are mine.
The ones that have dot, DOT, yes. Right.
DOT, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, that's all I wanted to sort of verify there real quick. Okay, so let me pull up my... Here, before we get in there, we tried DevBox for CI yet. I found out to GitLab CI, you need each one to be in a script in the DevBox JSON. That's what I actually did a video with DevBox and Jenkins. I did the same thing. I just wrote a script inside the JSON. That was good enough for me.
Yeah, basically those. If you go back to DevBox, right? I heavily use I forgot the syntax. What is it? Run section, right?
Yeah, or scripts. Let me show you yours.
Scripts or whatever.
Yeah, scripts.
Scripts, right? And
create it.
Yeah, I just execute build or this or that, and that's it.
Yeah, like I'll show mine real quick, and then we'll get into the demo here. Mine was Jenkins example DevBox. And this is all I did is I had verify and build, which just wasn't a big deal, and my Jenkins file was nothing more than DevBox run verify, DevBox run build.
Exactly.
That's exactly all I did.
That's what it is.
So, okay. Let me. Was there anything else I wanted to? Okay. Oh, and clarify this because Shift asked this before. I also asked if Nix already does it use the global store? It does use the global Nix store. Right. Okay. That does make sense.
Basically, what DevBox does is that it uses global Nix store all the time, actually.
Right.
And then within the repo, basically it creates .devbox directory that contains symlinks to specific packages in the global mix.
Right.
Right. If you take a look now at .devbox, you will see they're all links.
Right. So here's I'm in the shell. So let me look at, how did I do this the other day? So I did just that. Nope. There we go. So -H gives you all the help. There are some examples. That's weird. There was a set of examples that showed up in How did I do this? Now I'm trying to remember.
That's age, Darin.
Huh?
That's age.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. H. Oh, there we go. It's H.
No,
so
I meant age.
no, I know it's
You
H. Yes, I know it's
things.
H. Yeah. Okay, so here's my one beef. Well, I had a couple of beefs with this. Like, if you do a -H, you actually don't get the help. You get something else. Command line artificial intelligence. Okay, that's what it means. But like how they're like, some things are flags and some things are commands, which makes sense. But the way he's chaining together commands gets a little weird to me. So, like this one.
Can I tell you one beef that goes to my nerves, and you're going to say that this is the stupidest complaint you ever heard in your life? Not having single dash for long arguments.
Yes.
It's stupid, I know, but kind of I cannot stand it.
So let's do. Actually, I'm going to do this. So let's create a photo first, because that was the fun one and it was actually pretty easy. So CLI, and since I'm using OpenAI, then that means it's using DALL-E 2 under the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes care of that for me. So let's say photo, and give me a prompt for the photo. Like this one, it was just a futuristic cityscape. Give me a different, or somebody in the chat. Just give me something. Give me a prompt for a picture you want to see, just to see how this works.
Sinking ship.
Sinking ship.
Surrounded by sharks.
Surrounded by sharks.
And kittens.
And kittens. Okay. So run this. And there's a prompt they put there. I need to test how the tool works with extremely simple prompts. Do not add any detail. Just use it as is. And then it's giving me the time at the bottom. Hopefully my credits don't run out, I think. And then it saves the image, which is okay. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to say open, and then I'm going to say this. You get it right? Yep, I got it right. And then, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
It's actually pretty good. I tried to confuse it with kittens. Okay. That's pretty good.
I don't know if you can, let me see, can I zoom in? I can zoom in. So over here, can I move around? I can. See right here, there's a kitten riding a shark. Right here in the bottom.
I mean, this is all DALL-E, right? But
yeah, this is
cool.
DALL-E. Yeah, okay. And then, actually, I want to check something. Let me go back up top here real quick. Do I have, I don't have FFmpeg. What command lines do I have installed on this machine? Do I have Hugo?
DevOps search FFmpeg.
Okay, I'll do that. Actually, did I put MPV on here already? I can't remember if I did or not. This box is still clean. Let's just do this. DevBox search MPV. Whoops. Search MPV. 380. Okay. What's the installed?
I always do info just to double check. Sometimes it's something completely different.
Yeah, but this one's correct because I know the version numbers.
Okay, then DevBox add MPV add, and then the version, whatever the version is.
Okay.
DevBox is awesome, man. I cannot live without it.
So I've gotten used to writing the JSON file, so it's hard for me to remember all the command lines now, other than just shell and run, because I just put stuff in the JSON file. Refresh, I'll do this again. Okay, so now if I type MPV, yeah, okay, good. All right, so if I do MPV help, MPV -- help. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to copy this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do inception there. So MPV -- help pipe to that. Let's see what.
Okay.
Did I?
Maybe you had sometimes. Are you sure that there is space before CLI?
Yeah. Yep, I got spaces there. I just needed to restart it. So it sees it's doing things, which is fine. But then you see that flash at the end? That was Glow coming back in and formatting the output. So you can see where it stopped.
Oh, nice.
And then Glow kicks in here and says, playing a video file from a specific start time, and it gives you the information.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I didn't have... I can't remember. Do I have any other repositories on here? We could do Fabric. This would get inception really fast. So I can say CLI glob startup pi. No, I need to go over there first. So go to Fabric. Actually, mark, what was it? System.md? What's in Fabric? I can't remember the... Dang it.
I mean, it's all Python.
I know, but I'm trying to remember the patterns. How does it end? MD. Okay. And then what was my... See, I'm really just testing these things out. I don't have, other than just making sure it was there, because I didn't want to go through the install. That's a little too hard. Oh, well, actually, that doesn't matter. So if I say CLAI glob, it'll help me. So star dot system.md, and then summarize these documents. This ought to be fun. Oh, it doesn't know how to deal with that. I figured that would work. Unless the glob match doesn't work. Oh, you're about to send that many tokens, amounting to $5.70. Oh, nice. Do you want to continue? No, because I know I don't have that much.
$5 is that single request going to cost?
Yeah.
No,
if I was going to send all of that up. Because I'm saying, give me all the system MDs. That actually saved me, because I think I only had like $10 of credit left this week. And I haven't looked, and I've done some other things. So anyway, I won't do that. Okay.
Just do one.
Okay, I'll do that. Glob, summarize these documents. So I'll do, which one do I want to do? Extract wisdom is the one I know the easiest. So patterns, extract wisdom, system D. Yeah, that's fine. Did I? Oh, it doesn't know what to do with that. Here, I'll do this because it needs a glob somewhere.
It's hard to summarize something that is a summary by itself.
Let's see. Extract wisdom, a fabric pattern by, wow, okay, interesting. Extracts valuable insight from text, helping with note-taking. This is actually not bad. All these things, ideas, quotes, habits, references Netflix, Katy Perry's performances, Taylor Swift's performances. Okay, it's probably the only time you'll see all those things together. Atlas Shrugged. Recommendations. Avoid mainstream media for deep historical research. Okay. Revisit old books for fresh insights. Okay, I'll buy that. All right. Anyway, let's see if there's one more we want to do because we're almost at the top of the hour. I wish I actually had Docker running so I could do this Docker logs example and find errors if I had any. Oh, let's do this one, except we're going to change it. Let's have a conversation about not climate change, about Kubernetes.
Okay.
No.
Is it going to be interactive?
Yeah.
Back and forth or something?
So what do we want to do here? Actually, not Kubernetes. Let's have about Kyverno, right? Because we talked about them today.
Yeah.
Let's see if it even knows anything. It's a policy engine designed specifically allows you to define blah, 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 key features, common use cases, all the things. And then it gets, would you like to know more about a specific feature or have any questions?
Ask it, is it better than OPA?
Now notice the prompt at the bottom. It's got my name and then exit quit. So now I'm in a chat thing. So it's keeping track of all this. Is it better than, is Kyverno actually here? Is Kyverno better than OPA?
But I just assume that it will maintain the context, right?
Because I opened it as a chat, the answer is yes.
Exactly. So theoretically, you don't have to type Kyverno.
Right. That's true. There's the pros and cons. Which to choose? Use Kyverno if you're primarily focused on Kubernetes. For writing policies in YAML. Yeah. Use OPA if you need a general purpose.
This is not correct.
Is it not?
If one of the answers is not use OPA if you like to suffer, then
okay.
It doesn't know what is talking.
This is actually pretty good. You are comfortable with or are willing to learn Rego for writing complex policies. Let's use OPA
exactly.
if you're willing to do that to yourself. The thing I have to admit. Go ahead.
To be clear, once you learn Rego is actually fantastic.
Okay, let's ask that question. So how do I learn Rego? Ooh, it gets slow. I'm probably getting close on my tokens. Holy cow. I really do like putting glow on this because it makes it usable or read it more easily. It pops out to me. So, and then to quit out, I just type any of the four options there, exit, E, Q, or quit. Except I had messed up and did something else, so I just wasted some more pennies there. I could have asked about the... Well, I had pasted something in, unfortunately, so I typed Q, and there we go. And now it's done. I think it's a cool little tool.
Yeah.
A different angle, doing the same things. But, we're just trying to figure out what we can do. I don't know. What do you think? Nice little diversion, at least. So we used DevBox. We did all the things, right? We exercised a lot of things here.
To me, those tools, the main value of tools like that feels like being able to experiment with different models to find out which one or ones you want, right? But once you figure out which model you want, then I'm not sure how much you need them after that.
Well, my question on this, again, I just didn't have time to set up Anthropic and Mistral this week. I want to get those set up and see what it does. Because I can target a model, but I'm not sure how smart the CLI AI is to decide which model to use. Based on my question, is it going to, other than photos is only DALL-E, it calls that out. But is it going to go off and based on my question, is it going to route to one of the three?
You know what would be fun is to try with the same questions, different models, and then use one of the AIs or models to evaluate the responses and tell you which one is better.
So it's the command and control. So you'd have one that's the judge, and the other two are just whatever, and the judge decides which one of the two is better.
Which one is more textually correct or something like that, right?
So is this where it's like you talking to Ingen about Pulumi and Rosemary about Terraform, and then you're making the decision as the crossplane answer. And that's is that how that really works? I don't know. I had to poke just a hair a little bit. I was polite with that, but it's the same argument, right?
Yeah.
It's like where are the biases going to come out? Because okay, we got 3 models to work with. It's not that we just need to do what you just said, but we need to do around the circle. Like,
I mean, essentially, you would need to do something like that. You would need some type of a model that can actually browse the internet to confirm stuff.
right.
Which is actually what Gemini does.
Yeah. You would hope so, coming from Google, right? You would hope that's there. But anyway.
It does.
Okay. So hopefully this was fun. It was frustrating to me because I'm still trying to type after being off for 4 weeks. Typing and talking all at the same time. That's hard to do. Everybody have a good weekend. We should be back next week. It is going to be July 4th holiday in the States on Thursday. So we'll be around Friday unless something changes because I'm not going anywhere. I left home for 3 days last month. I mean, why do I need to go anywhere else? I don't know.
You already did that. That's your quota for the year.
Feels like it. Feels like it. I do have to go to the grocery store tomorrow, so I'll probably at least do that. Maybe look at, okay, let me grab this here. Look at. Okay, I'm going to leave it burn in there for a second, and then I'll watch it back to get this off because I can't copy it out. That's fine. We'll look at it. Do you know what this is?
No, I'm
Okay.
C-Secure. I don't know. I'll check it out.
Yeah, okay.
Weekend thingy.
Sounds good. Well, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.